Here. Okay, I think we're recording. All
Uh-huh.
right, Logan, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm so glad to see you.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm very excited.
Okay, so for all of my readers that are watching this video at the beginning of this blog post about the Pegasus Film Festival, this is Logan Mook, and he waving, and he is in charge of this entire film festival, like this huge thing. So it's a really big deal that I scored an interview with him. He's highly in demand. He's got people. And so thank you for making time for the Curious Cowgirl. I'm very excited to get to talk to you.
I am too.
So tell everybody what your role is and kind of how you arrived at this lofty position.
So this is my third year working with Pegasus Film Festival, and this year I'm the festival director. And what that meant when I was brought on to do it means something completely different now, because we now have a completely different festival than what we originally planned to have. So this has been a very different experience than any of the previous times I've worked on this festival, because now it's all digital. So right now my role is essentially, I'm a liaison between my team and the Dallas Video Fest. I make sure everything comes together in a very cohesive way. I make sure that people are doing what they need to be doing, and I will come to interviews, and I'm overall just overseeing the process. It brings new jobs every day, because this is completely unknown territory, I think, for all of us,
right,
in every aspect of our lives, and this is just another one that is affected by what's going on right now. So it's very interesting, to say the least.
So so this is all student-led, student-driven. So like how many students in total are working on this film festival, would you say?
So this year we've got a staff of about 22 high schoolers. And this is definitely the biggest year that we've had thus far. This year we've branched out from just being a high school Dallas Film Festival to now anybody who's below the age of 19 and attending school, whether that's elementary, middle, or high school, can submit. And we also now have international submittance. So we've really branched out a lot this year. So last year we had a staff of maybe 12. And this year with this newer workload, we've now got maybe double that.
Wow. Okay. And y'all are those of you who are in school, you're at schools across the Metroplex, right?
Oh yes. We worked very closely with Booker T. Washington in our previous years. So the majority of our students were from there. But now we've truly branched out. I mean, we've got somebody everywhere. Plano, Oakland, it just depends.
That's very cool. And so are you all, of course, now we're doing everything digitally, right? But in years past, I guess, did you all get together and like have regular organizational meetings and all that?
Yes. So even prior to this COVID outbreak, we would all, every Saturday of every month, the first Saturday of every month, we would all meet up at a specified location, and we would all brainstorm, because in-person working together is just where it's at. It's a lot easier to brainstorm in those ways.
Yeah.
Now we do a weekly Zoom call, much like this. But prior to this, in previous years, yes, we would meet every weekend, actually, because it was a much more contained staff. We had a lot fewer people, but now we actually have to find spaces that can hold 24 people. So it just depends.
So you're a senior at Booker T, correct?
I am.
Okay, yay. And so, yay, senior class of 2020.
Ooh, 2020.
Right? So what is your area of concentration at Booker T?
So I came to Booker T purely with theater in mind. But then my freshman year, I got really, really into film. And I had the opportunity of participating on a couple of live sets. And that just kind of flourished my love for film. And it's now sort of transitioned from theatrics to filmmaking as a whole. I'll always enjoy acting, but I'd much rather be behind the camera. I just really, really like that. So Pegasus was kind of a natural evolution in that path. It was a very good opportunity that allowed me to actually work in that field just in a different way.
So so do you know what you're doing after you officially graduate? What does life look like?
So my plan is to go to Pratt University in Brooklyn for film studies.
Right.
But I don't suspect that our first semester of college will actually happen. I'm expecting the worst, just so I'm not let down. So for now, I'm not sure. In an ideal world, I will be going to Pratt for film studies in the fall semester. But I think what I will realistically be doing is taking a gap semester so that I don't have to go to the heart of COVID right now, which is New York City. And I'll probably be studying programming in that meantime.
Oh, wow, that's smart.
Thank
So
you
that
very
means
much.
you'll be staying in Dallas, I guess, and not.
Yeah, I would be going to online boot camps for it. I'm not sure that even if we're told that it's okay to go out, I'm not sure I'm yet ready to go out into public and do everything in a cooperative space. I think it's everything's still a little bit uncertain, so I'd probably take a gap semester.
Well, Pratt is very impressive. So congratulations, very impressive.
Thank you
And
very
so,
much.
and then we'll talk more about the film situation here in a second, but how are they graduating you at Booker T? Do you know yet?
So there are murmurs here and there. We have gotten the confirmation that we're not doing an in-person graduation, which is best because 700 people in a room all sitting next to each other doesn't exactly sound like a good idea right now.
Right.
So they've had talks about a virtual graduation ceremony.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what exactly that will entail, but I admire the staff because they're really trying to make this special for the students, even if we don't exactly have the means to.
Right.
Because it is digital, and that is just different. No matter how you spin it, that is very different than the ceremony with walking across the stage. But they're still working very hard to make sure that this is memorable for seniors, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree. It's a challenging moment. It calls for super creative brains trying to think through, how to solve a problem, which I think is one of the things that is great about filmmaking or producing a play or whatever, is it calls for a lot of strategic and creative problem solving, right?
Certainly.
Yeah.
And Pegasus is no different than that.
Yeah,
We decided, I think, 4 weeks ago that we were going to be doing this on an online platform. It has been a bit of a roller coaster because originally, this is an in-person festival, so we've got people all around Dallas coming in, and just that's not going to fly. So we decided, you've got all these places like South by Southwest, and they're bringing everything to a digital platform, and they're migrating. So we figured, why don't we? So it's definitely taken some duct tape and hope. It's been a lot of hopefully this works, and we're still hoping that this works. But we're really excited because in the end, this is a new frontier, which means it's an entirely new opportunity. And with new opportunities come innovation, and hopefully we can come out of this much stronger as a festival and really as people, than we were going into it.
Yeah, that's a very good way to look at it. I think you're right. I think you all are going to I think there's a level of resilience that's being cultivated in all of us right now. And that resilience is a super good, tool to have in your tool belt, right?
Completely.
Yeah, so I agree. Okay, so we're going to save the details about the film festival till the very end. I wanted to ask you a couple of film questions. I love film, a big film festival person. I'm a documentary fan.
Okay.
Love a good doc. So I want to know, as a future film director or producer, wherever you end up, or cinematographer, however that goes, right? We don't know. It's uncharted for you. Tell me who your film icons are.
Oh man,
I know that's a toughie. Yeah, it can be anybody.
Okay. So you've got your standards. You've got your Quentin Tarantinos, your Scorseses. Those are two filmmakers that I, like many, obviously admire. I think film is such a visual medium, and I think as a result, aesthetics and frame are so important in film. And I just think that someone like Scorsese is able to completely master that, and he's able to put very dialogue-heavy and story-heavy things that might be boring to some people and make them enthralling. Right? Like The Irishman, which came out recently, was, I think, 3.5 hours. And that is a long time to be sitting in one spot and looking at a television screen or a movie screen, whatever you're looking at. And I think that if you can capture somebody's attention like that for more than just a little bit of time, especially in the age of social media, you're doing something right. So I'd have to say Scorsese is a very big one for me. But I very much enjoy people who can think outside of the box, because I think that's what is at the heart of filmmaking. Because I've only been on a couple of sets, but one thing that you learn very quickly is that nothing ever goes as planned. Everything is subject to Murphy's Law. So nothing will ever go the way you want it to. So I really enjoy filmmakers who can take things outside of the box and run with them.
Do you attend a lot of film festivals? Can you? I mean, I know you're a student, but.
So that's the thing, is when it's permitting, certainly. But Pegasus is a great load of work, and then having a job and then going to school. A lot of film festivals are during the day.
Yeah.
So I don't always get the chance, but I just recently went to Best of Fest.
Yeah.
You had mentioned you like documentaries, and they showed one called Fantastic Fun Guy,
which
was entirely about mushrooms and fungus. And it was absolutely enthralling. It was so interesting. So
I'm writing that down. I'm so glad to know about that.
Very much recommend it. So it was yeah, whenever I can, I love to go to festivals.
Yeah, well, and certainly when you get up to New York, you'll have tons of opportunities. That's such a great. There's so much interesting opportunities to absorb culture.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Yes.
Certainly.
Yeah. You're gonna. My husband and I travel a lot. We're up in New York a lot.
Yeah.
He used to be up in New York a lot. Yeah, we'll return. I'll take you to coffee in New York when we all can. Right, when we all can.
I'd love to.
Yeah, that's a definite thing. Okay, so tell the people all the details about the film festival. How can they buy tickets? How can they contribute? How can they watch? Like, what's all the stuff?
So before I really say anything, the best place to go to for any information, and it'll explain it better than I can, because I made it and I know it does, is our website, which is www.pegasusfilmfestival.com. And it's got all of the information you can need right on the front page. It has links of where you need to go to get tickets, what you need to do if you'd like to submit. Maybe you have kids or you'd like to submit a film yourself. You can do that all through there. And this will all be online. So Pegasus will show its films online. We will have the online audience. We'll have online audience voting. This will all be done right on your computer. And you can find all of the information on that on our website. But it's going to happen on May 29th at about 7 p.m. And this year we've had a very interesting opportunity because the well-established, very esteemed 24-hour Film Fest is actually going to be working in tandem with us, which I think is an incredible opportunity. So at 10 p.m., we will be revealing a set of rules and guidelines. And over the next 24 hours, Dallas filmmakers who choose to present will make a film in their homes using those guidelines, and then we will present those films in the coming weeks. So we've really got a doozy of a festival, I think. So I'm very excited.
Logan, about how many films are submitted to the Pegasus Film Festival?
So the majority of our films come in that last week. That's how it's always been since I've been a part of this festival. So I think so far we've got about 100 films submitted, and those are all anywhere from 30 seconds to 9 minutes. We've also just added a new category, and we actually just added this, I think, 2 weeks ago, because we wanted to give people a chance to submit now that we've transitioned to an online festival.
Right.
So we started a social media category because all of the youth who are going to be participating in this festival have probably grown up with social media. That's been one of the most important developments in our lives. So we decided, why not create a category of film which was entirely made on social media platforms like Instagram or TikTok. So all of those are under a minute. So those are our micro movies. So we've been getting a lot of submissions for that. So I think the number of films submitted will shoot up near these last couple of weeks.
And so all of the films that are submitted to your film festival will be screened online before the 24-hour film festival begins. Is that correct?
Yes. So we have a vetting process, and we have a couple of judges who choose what will be shown and what won't be shown.
Okay.
Because in the end, there's just not enough time, especially in a virtual environment, to show everything that was submitted. But we will be showing things, and our estimate is from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Okay.
And then at 10 p.m., we will be revealing all of those things for the 24-hour film festival.
That's awesome.
And it's the next day of people working hard. It's an incredible opportunity. So I would recommend staying tuned for the 24-hour festival. And if you're a filmmaker, participating, because I have participated, and it is some of the most fun you can have in one day.
I love that. And so are you all still giving prizes this year?
Right now, we're not exactly sure, because we've said we really want to try and support frontline workers during the COVID-19 crisis.
Okay.
So we're right now discussing, instead of giving these physical prizes, we are going to be giving the profits from the festival to frontline workers. And we're actually partnering with Imagine Dallas to give this money to our local first responders, because they are all putting themselves on the line in these very, very scary, uncertain times. And I think we should do as much as we can to support them.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. I love that. I love that. A good way to be entertained and give back.
Exactly. That's what we were trying to do. Is right now, everything is uncertain. People are very anxious. People are very stressed. So that's why we decided to keep Pegasus as an online platform, because it gives people the time to just kick back, see hopeful work from young people. You can wonder, what do these kids have in store? And I just think that it's a very important thing right now.
I 100% agree. I agree. We owe a huge debt of gratitude. It's a weird time. So final question. This is a crystal ball question. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What do you think is going to happen to the film industry as it relates to kind of the clash between watching film in theater and now being able to stream? Where do you see this going?
Very glad you asked me, because I am very passionate about this topic, because I think that the future is in every way, shape, and form at home streaming. But I think you have a lot of conglomerate and corporation pushback. Recently, Universal Studios announced that after this crisis, they will be continuing to release films at home and at the theater at the same time. So AMC Theaters has said, we're never going to show Universal films again, period, if they make that option. So I think over the next couple of years, we're going to have a lot of corporate pushback to the at-home streaming, because, I mean, these are theaters that exist purely to show movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in the end, the convenience of watching a movie at your home will win out, because in every way, shape, or form, it is more conducive to immersion, I think, as opposed to being in a large crowded room, sometimes with bad seats, with people coughing and eating food very loudly. You can sit in a dark room at your house in your bed and watch a movie. And I think in every way, shape, or form, that's the future.
Wow.
I think in the same way that Blockbuster was antiquated by things like Netflix and subscription streaming, theaters will happen in the same way.
Wow. Yeah, I could definitely see that. It's very hard. It takes a very special film to make me want to go to the theater. Definitely.
Myself included. And I think right now the majority of films that people do go out to see are your large studio movies like the Avengers films.
Right.
Or anything Disney puts out whatsoever, because they are Disney. So I think that there are a lot of films that just are unable to get a foothold in this climate of just blockbuster after blockbuster after blockbuster. And I think that's another reason why film festivals are so important.
Yeah.
Because although I think that theaters might begin to take a backseat to streaming, I think film festivals will remain strong. Because I think the point of a film festival is not just going to see a new movie. I think it's also about networking, appreciating the filmmaking, appreciating the filmmakers. And I think that they will continue to thrive even in a streaming-dominated market.
Is there, so an aspect of film festivals that I particularly enjoy is the Q&A following the screening, right? Are you all going to be able to have a Q&A?
I'm very pleased to say that we will get some of our filmmakers and our staff to do Q&As. So I'm very excited about that. I myself will be giving one, so I'm really, really looking forward to that.
Oh, good. Yeah, to hear what the filmmakers were thinking and how they put their film together, and all of that is fascinating. So good. I'm so glad that y'all are going to be able to offer that on the new digital format of the Pegasus Film Festival.
It's all very, very new. I don't understand all of it, and I pride myself on understanding these things. It's all a lot. So I understand that this is very new to a lot of people, including myself. But I think that it's very important that we have things like this to take people's minds off of the cultural anxieties going on right now, whether that be COVID or the economy or anything.
Or whatever. I agree. I 100% agree. I'm incredibly proud of you and your entire team. Truly. It is a huge thing that you all are accomplishing.
Thank you.
I'm glad that I got to interview you, because I'm predicting someday that I'm going to see you at an award show, and I'm going to be able to say, I knew him back when, so don't forget the little people, okay? Logan, like, I'm the little people.
I would not consider you a little people.
I need to be remembered. I'm going to need like
you
a
are.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And
that's very kind of you. Thank you.
I wish you all every bit of success. I know I'll be watching for sure.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, so good luck.
Thank you very much. This is very sweet of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Yes, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful night.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you very much.